Hey guys. So I've been meaning to make this video for a while now because there seems to be a large consensus that Night Harvester is a troll item on Karthus and that it should never be built, and that Ludens or Liandry's is always better. And I certainly believe that there are cases where Liandry's is better, and there are some niche cases where Ludens is better. But I think this item is severely underestimated, and I'll show you guys now what I mean. So I've set up some dummies here. This dummy having no armor or MR, this one having 40 MR, it's like an ADC. 70 MR, so it's like an ADC with a wit's end or something, and this is just like let's say a tank with 120 MR. So the argument for the Ludens build is that in a game where Ludens Karthus is viable, typically, not all the time, but typically you would want to go Deathcap third because the Sork Shoes and the Ludens are, like, the pen from it will be overkilling. So Shadow Flame would be like bad to purchase at that point, and so they go for Rabadons as the third item. And so if we do a quick damage test here, I've pre-written the damage numbers over here just to save time. And if I switch the build now to Night Harvester, and keep in mind that this Night Harvester build is actually 600 gold cheaper than the previous build, because Shadow Flame is 600 gold cheaper than Rabadon's Deathcap. So you will hit this power spike earlier than the Ludens Rabadon spike. So now I'll hit my ulti, and let's compare the damage numbers. So on the weakest dummy, the Ludens is outperforming by a lot, and this dummy has no MR. On the second dummy, the Night Harvest 711 and Ludens did 715, so it's about the same. They have 40 MR, and in the 70 and 120 case, the Night Harvester is outperforming by quite a large margin. It's doing 60 more damage here and 40 more damage here. The higher this MR value gets, the better the Ludens will eventually get. But this was kind of my point, is that for this spike mid-game, you still now have access to the Rabadon's Deathcap, which will outdamage anything you can buy with the Ludens build afterwards. So, for example, if I buy a Deathcap now, right, and I ult, we'll just write okay, so I wrote damage numbers, and now let's go back to Ludens Deathcap, and like, what would you even buy at this point? If we had some more gold. I guess let's say we just buy a Shadow Flame then. And compare. So on the first dummy, Night Harvesters did more expected. Second dummy, Night Harvester did more. On the third dummy, Night Harvester still did more. And on the fourth dummy, Night Harvester still did more. So yeah, I do not know why people are building Ludens when Night Harvester is such a broken item, and it procs first strike, which gives you a shit ton of gold in the mid game. Keep in mind that Ludens only procs on one target, so yeah, that's my point. Feel free to let me know if I'm wrong and why I'm wrong. I'm open to discussion, but yeah, that's my opinion on this.